The CEO was shocked to discover that his new whirlwind marriage wife spent every single day cleaning, cooking, and doing chores. She was nothing like the women who used to chase after him. Those women would dress to the nines every day just to get his attention. Her unusual behavior made the CEO curious. He immediately ordered the butler to secretly watch her. But after days of spying on her, the woman still only focused on housework. She didn't seem to have any hidden agenda at all. She couldn't even be bothered to look at the designer clothes and jewelry the CEO bought her. She said wearing those while doing chores was way too inconvenient. The CEO couldn't help but purposely hang around her to get noticed. But she barely even acknowledged him. Just like that, half a month passed peacefully. Then the woman finally made her first request to him. She actually wanted the CEO to go into the mountains with her to catch free-range chickens. She claimed soup made from free-range chickens tasted the best. The CEO looked completely speechless. A powerful billionaire CEO going into the mountains to catch chickens? If word got out, where would he even put his pride? But seeing the excitement all over the girl's face, and knowing it was the first thing she'd ever asked for, he softened and agreed to go with her. When the girl enthusiastically invited him to catch chickens together, the stubborn CEO insisted he didn't have time to play around with her. But the moment he saw a chicken run past him, he couldn't resist joining the chicken catching mission himself. Watching the girl laugh and run around so carefree, the CEO found himself genuinely happy too. Even though he kept saying he didn't want to do it, he ended up enjoying it even more than the girl. Even though he got covered in feathers, it gave him a rare moment of real happiness he hadn't felt in years. But the second he saw the girl walking toward him, he instantly went back to acting cold and aloof. Meanwhile, the girl excitedly showed off the chickens they'd managed to catch. But before all this carefree and straightforward girl used to be just a food delivery worker. Every time she delivered an order, she would take off one layer of clothes right in front of the customer. Then she'd instantly transform into a courier. One trip earned her pay from 2 different jobs. The woman's name was He Yuliang. People called her the ultimate hustle queen of the 21st century, the type who would work herself to death if she had to. But one day, because the elevator broke down, she carried more than a dozen packages all the way up to the 20th floor. In the end, she collapsed from exhaustion inside a female customer's home. When she woke up, every single order had timed out. Just as she was stressing over wasting an entire month of work, she suddenly overheard the customer saying she wanted to hire a live-in maid for her cousin. Even with a monthly salary of $50,000, nobody wanted the job. So the girl immediately volunteered to take it. Little did she know, the customer was actually trying to find a wife for her CEO cousin. Thinking someone was willingly jumping into a disaster, the customer quickly agreed on the spot. And just like that, the girl arrived at the interview location, only to realize she wasn't the only applicant there, and she was the only one dressed like a total hillbilly. But the CEO wasn't interested in any of those women. Before long, he kicked them all out. When it was finally the girl's turn, the CEO's stepmother suddenly barged in. The CEO absolutely hated this woman, so he told the girl that if she could kick his stepmother out of the house immediately, he would hire her on the spot. Without hesitation, the girl pulled out the bug spray she carried around with her. Then she started spraying the CEO's stepmother like crazy. The CEO watching nearby was completely dumbfounded. He was actually very satisfied with the girl's fierce attitude. She'd be perfect for dealing with his stepmother in the future, so he immediately hired the girl. In order to keep this high-paying job, she took over every servant's duties on her very first day. The servants in the mansion were practically being worked out of employment by her. They couldn't understand it at all.